I wanted to tell this story of Devil's Knot because I think it's like one of the most amazing crime stories in contemporary history. Like it's inexplicable at some level how this horrifying event could have occurred with no hard evidence around the crime scene. So you couldn't have made that up, you know, and so, you know, the fact that these three young boys were, murdered so viciously in this forest, and that their bodies were found with absolutely no blood evidence, no evidence of any human presence at the scene of the crime was supernatural. And it's a combination of that supernatural sort of event with the all too human, natural response to it, which is that we need to find an answer. You know, so I love that, you know, that this was a take where, you know, we saw, of course, what happened with the West Memphis 3, but the film also kind of explores all the possible paths that weren't followed and all the threads that weren't examined. And so, and also creates these two characters that, you know, stand aside and begin to see that something is wrong. The character that Reese Witherspoon is playing and that Colin Firth are playing, that they're beginning to, over the course of this, understand that justice won't be served, you know, and then what? You know, like how do you live with doubt? How do you live with this idea that you may not have an answer? All of that was just so compelling.
Well, I guess you have to leave it without an answer. It's a weird feeling leaving the theater after this movie. And it's nice because you don't get that from a lot of movies.
Well, you can't. Because you can't get that from a lot of movies because any dramatically constructed story would need a third act. I mean, it'd be crazy, you know, that's what I'm saying. If you were to make this up, anyone would say, okay, so then, like, you've given us this crime, you're going to have, and you're giving us a courtroom, you know, like, you better have an answer. And so it's interesting that in this case, you have all of these signifiers for a resolution, but there is no resolution. And it doesn't even have the comfort of some of the documentaries which say, okay, well, now look at this, because that is the answer, this person. We're not saying that either. We're saying, like, you know, like, these are all possibilities. And some of the, maybe the real answers are going to be lost to us. We can't actually follow them anymore because the blood evidence was lost, or, you know, like, that witness was let go, and, you know, time has passed. And so it's troubling and unresolved in a way that can only happen in a case based on actual circumstance. And I think it's kind of a unique sort of feeling that you're left with at the end, where you have every reason to believe that there's going to be a resolution, and there isn't. I think it's even more powerful for the people who know nothing about the story, who are going into this and see all this unfold and have every reason to believe it's going to go somewhere. So it's a challenge, and it's actually unique. I think as a filmmaker, I just thought it was a unique opportunity, and I got really excited about being able to tell it.
I gotta let you go. I got so many questions, but I gotta let you go. But we do something called 5 questions, 5 quick questions,
sure.
1-word answers.
Okay.
All right. Film or digital?
Now digital, sadly. 3 words.
That's all right. Sadly, I like that. Writing or directing?
Both. That's one word.
You may.
Okay.
But I'll let you do it. Lennon or McCartney?
Oh, Lennon, yeah.
Hitchcock or Kubrick?
Hitchcock.
In 1 word, Devil's Knot.
Supernatural.